It's early, but it looks like the rest of the NFL let the Chiefs get a steal in the NFL draft. Plus, what is going on with Matthew Stafford? Is it something to be concerned about if you're a Rams fan? Is it no big deal? We're talking about that here on today's episode of Verts. My name is Harrison Graham, as we talk NFL college football every single day. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, as we will continue to pump out daily football content. Okay, did the Chiefs pull off highway robbery, or maybe the rest of the NFL just made a mistake here? The early takeaways from Chiefs training camp is that rookie left tackle Josh Simmons looks the part, looks pretty dominant early on, not only in one-on-ones, but in team periods as well. And on top of all that, he's healthy. And that was obviously a concern coming out. Would he be ready week one? Forget week one. He's ready for the start of training camp here. So much so that he looks to be locked in as the team's left tackle. Let's get to some of the reporting, and I'll react to it here. Early on, at least, and things could change, but he appears to be the clear front runner at left tackle. And don't forget, they signed Jalen Moore to a pretty notable contract this offseason in free agency. Ari Merov had a interesting note here saying an early storyline is that Josh Simmons has been a standout through 1 week of camp. It could potentially shift the competition to the right side because everybody thought, okay, Juwan Taylor right tackle, left tackle competition, Josh Simmons, Jalen Moore, where Jalen Moore and Juwan Taylor rotated today. Taylor just off the PUP list. Simmons has been holding firm on the left side. It's still early, but if Kansas City found their future left tackle at pick 32, it was actually 31, that would be enormous. And I think it's pretty significant. And look, teams will always tell you the best player will play. Well, the fact that this potential right tackle competition, we'll see how it plays out, is a $20 million player in Juwan Taylor and a $15 million player in Jalen Moore, who they signed this offseason because they felt like they needed a left tackle, at least insurance there. That tells you how much Josh Simmons has already been showing them in camp. That is pretty significant that he already looks like the best tackle out of all three. And what I do appreciate that the Chiefs are doing here is because another option would have been, well, you could play Simmons on the right side if he's ready to play and not move Jalen Moore over. It's like, guys, Jalen Moore is a part-time starter in his career. And yeah, he's more comfortable on the left side, but you drafted Josh Simmons in the first round. He was a top 10 pick talent. If he looks the part, put him on the left side and have him protect Patrick Mahomes for the second half of his career. Like that is what you do, which is why the Chiefs are a smart organization. And so far, he looks the part, and that's playing into their favor. Number two, other reports, and there's been some videos that I've seen, and it's absolutely true. He is stonewalling a lot of different pass rushers that the Chiefs are throwing at him. Nate Taylor had the note that Josh Simmons in back-to-back one-on-one reps looked the part against Charles Omenihu, who's a pretty powerful pass rusher who's fully healthy as well. Same thing with third-round pick Ashton Gelati, and I saw this clip. He just threw him to the ground after stonewalling him initially. And again, you're talking about a seasoned vet and Omenihu who, when he's right, plays with a lot of power, and Gelati, who was a day 2 pick in the NFL draft, a peer of Josh Simmons, just controlling these two guys, just dominating Ashton Gelati in particular. I saw another clip where in a team period, 11 on 11s, he just completely dominated. Completely forgetting his name now. Michael Dana, who's a veteran pass rusher now, who they paid last offseason, good rotation player, just no contest. Josh Simmons just fully ready to go. And he's also been drawing some internal praise from notable figures in the Chiefs organization. Matt Nagy, in a note from Matt and Derek, said that he obviously has some things to clean up. He's a rookie, but his anchor looks great. The knee looks good. The strength is there. Quote, the sky is the limit for him. Nate Taylor, again, here's a note from Mike Dana, who, again, he stonewalled, said, quote, he's a hell of an athlete. He's got a bright future, which is essentially what Patrick Mahomes said as well, saying he's excited for the future that he has. And I think what he really meant was, I'm excited that I might have a long-term blindside protector on the left side. And it just makes you wonder, like, how does this happen? How did the Kansas City Chiefs, who were picking at the end of the draft, actually he was the 32nd pick, or wasn't he? Because the Eagles trade, you're right. He was the 32nd pick, so 31-32, doesn't matter. Last pick of the first round. Many thought he was a top 10 pick. A lot said if he's healthy, he's the best left tackle in this draft. And the Chiefs must have clearly had a good medical report on him because people were like, he may not even play this year. It's July and he's ready to go. So how did people miss this? It does make you wonder sometimes. Like, it goes back to the Judkins Browns thing. Like, if Judkins goes to a stable team, he's probably, it just almost feels like he'd be dominating. Instead, he's now involved in a domestic violence situation. If Josh Simmons goes to the Tennessee Titans, just enter the New Orleans Saints, bad team for the last several years, like, A, is he even cleared? Is he healthy? B, if he is he playing well? It's just sometimes, like, I don't know, like the good teams, the ball bounces their way, it seems like, and it feels like that has happened here. Now, not only did a guy fall into their laps in the back part of the first round, but he looks dominant already, despite coming off a major knee injury. And 6 guys went ahead of him on the offensive line. Will Campbell, who I think is going to be a really good player, but long-term might be more of a guard. Armand Mimbu, probably just a guy who plays on the right side. Kelvin Banks Jr., who's kind of a tackle guard tweener. I don't think he has nearly the feet or strength that Josh Simmons has. He went top 10. Gray Zabel's a guard center, so probably not the best example. Donovan Jackson, guard, tackle, hybrid, whatever. Josh Connolly Jr., nice player. He is not the talent Josh Simmons is, and I get it. There were some medicals. The knee was a concern for certain teams. There were whispers of character concern, but Andy Reid has a long history of bringing in guys with immaturity issues and turning them into hella great football players. And so far, so good when it comes to Josh Simmons. And that's a pretty big development for Kansas City because not only do you feel potentially good about the left side, now you got 2 options to go win that right tackle job where it kind of felt like they were just stuck with Jawan Taylor over there. Maybe Jalen Moore beats him out, or if Taylor beats him out, maybe he had a strong camp. So the Chiefs certainly still feel like the kings of the AFC, which is why I ask you this. Will the Chiefs make the Super Bowl again? Type Y for yes, type N for no. And Simmons could certainly help them do that. Okay, let's talk a little Matt Stafford. There's been whispers of he's got this back issue. And anyway, Sean McVay finally talked about it over the weekend. He is week to week with what they're labeling a sore back. Here's what McVay had to say. Quote, he said, he's still good. We're going to be week to week with him, though. I think when you look at it, the goal is September 7th when we open up against the Texans. He's going into year 17. He had some soreness in his back. Rushing him back where you could have an unnecessary setback doesn't make sense. And McVay says, hey, the goal is September 7th, week 1. And obviously that's the goal to get him out there. But the ultimate goal is February, a Super Bowl. And I think the Rams feel like they're pretty close. They took the Eagles wire to wire last year in the playoffs, and if they don't have a missed assignment when trying to block Jalen Carter late in that game, who knows? They might have stolen that game against Philadelphia. They're thinking about a 20-game season that ends with the Super Bowl in February. They're not thinking about, the second week of training camp. They're not worried about how Matt Stafford looks on August 6th. This is a guy who's been in the league for a long time, 17-year vet. Yeah, when you get older, your back starts to hurt a little bit. That's just kind of how it goes. We don't need Stafford taking reps in July and in August. Get him out there two and a half weeks before the opener, start game prepping for that opener, and kind of manage the practice load from there and throughout the season. And he's been in this offense for a while. He's been in this league for a long time. He doesn't need a ton of camp reps, and that's something that McVay talks about too. Jimmy Garoppolo's getting reps. Stetson Bennett's getting reps. They can handle it, and obviously we'll get Stafford out there when he's ready to go, and we'll manage his workload. So I actually view this, if I'm a Rams fan, I'm not too concerned about it. Now, anytime you say back, it's like, okay, like if he gets clobbered in the season, which he's known to take hits, could something act up there? Certainly, but this is the time when you rest and kind of monitor things and then understand that throughout the season that obviously he's going to be susceptible to hits. All right, that is going to do it for this edition of Four Verts. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to today's show. We'll be back soon with another episode, so do not miss out on anything surrounding the NFL here on Four Verts.